Quick episode recap. While walking home together after school one day, Kaori mentions that their tests are coming up. But Yuya isn't confident with his math, so he dreads the coming exams. This surprises Kaori, amazed that he still has things he isn't good at, but this gives her an idea, and she boldly suggests that they study together at his home. She ends up coming over, and gets introduced to Yuya's most recent familiar, Akatsuki. Seeing him struggle to solve the math problem, Kaori guides him through it and receives his appreciation for her help. Likewise, she reciprocates her appreciation for him teaching her classical Japanese and English, which she was struggling in. He confesses that he only understands them because of his language comprehension skill, but that only serves to confuse her. As they continue their studies, Kaori asks to use his restroom before leaving the room. Yuya reflects that this is the first time he's brought a girl over and is making him nervous, and wonders if she knows where to find the bathroom. Kaori has somehow wandered in front of the open door to the other world when Yuya found her. She apologizes, stating she got lost while searching for the restroom, and followed a voice that seemed to be calling her, which led her here. The flustered Yuya then slowly explains the door is actually connected to another world. He has her try putting her hand through the doorway, but it gets blocked by an invisible barrier. The door only allows those that Yuya designates through, but Kaori is confused by the concept of another world. To shed some light, he reveals that magic exists in that world and demonstrates it, amazing her with the water ball he conjured. But Yuya has also gained tons of other abilities that are considered impossible on Earth, which allowed him to easily defeat the thugs that attacked the students and save the girls when they were trapped in the department store. He invites her to the other side, and she happily follows him in. Seeing is believing, and she finally accepts that it's a completely different world. Yuya shares that Knight and Akatsuki are also from this world, being species that don't exist on Earth. A status screen suddenly pops up in front of her, and Yuya also explains the concept of stats in this world. Looking at her current stats, Yuya gets flustered, realizing it is much higher than what he had when he first visited this world. He tells her that by leveling up, his appearance and physique drastically changed, something he considers to be cheating. If it wasn't for this world, he feels that he wouldn't be accepted by everyone like he is now. Seeing his discomfort, Kaori changes the subject, stating she wants to see more of this world, but he informs her that the forest is full of monsters, and that they are being protected by the barrier surrounding the house. They make a promise that he'll show her around someday instead, and Yuya also asks she keep this world a secret. It's a secret between the two of them, and Kaori wonders if this makes their relationship something special. She feels that she's now grown much closer to Yuya. In the royal capital, Lexia greets her father after returning from visiting Yuya. The king is glad to see her safe return, but wonders why Yuya isn't with them. Luna steps forward and explains that her failed assassination of Lexia is what caused Yuya's visit to be delayed. The angered king descends with his sword, stating he shall be her executioner, but he is quickly blocked by Luna. Knowing his sword can easily cut through anything, she immobilized his arms instead. Their duel is interrupted by Lexia, who pouts at him for attacking Luna. She threatens that she'll hate him, and explains that Luna was stopped and recruited by her, and demands he trusts her judgment. Conceding to his daughter, the king officially recognizes Luna as Lexia's guard, and requests she undo her threads. He later discusses with Owen concerning Luna, and gets informed that she is known as the headhunter within the Dark Guild. Owen then accidentally slips that Yuya took the girls back into his home and stayed overnight with them. The distraught king declares that while he may have saved Lexia, he shall be fed to his sword for his transgressions. Elsewhere, the prince is informed that the headhunter, who was hired by one of his supporters, has failed to assassinate Lexia, and is instead now working as her guard. The plan was foiled by someone who lives in the darkest regions. The messenger continues to report that that person was invited to the royal palace. This is the opportunity he was waiting for, and the prince offers the man a magic sealing barrier. It can block all magic within its boundaries, and will be the tool used to render the guards around the king powerless. They will aim for this chance to kill both Lexia and the king, and in case of failure, the prince plans to pin the crime on the mysterious visitor from the forest. Following the sports competition, the academy is now on break for the next few days, so Yuya plans to use that time to finally visit the royal capital. He quickly makes it over to a town, and is amazed by the fantasy aspects of this world. Realizing he doesn't have any of the world's currency, he heads over to meet with a merchant. Reading over Yuya's profile, the man finds his name and place of birth to be strange. Judging from his appearance, he assumes Yuya to be of noble origin, and feels he's just concealing his identity. Yuya vehemently denies it, but it doesn't help when he pulls out high-quality spices contained in clear glass, which further supports the man's theory. It's the best quality the man's ever seen, and he offers to buy everything for 100 gold coins. But Yuya doesn't understand the value of the currency, and the man patiently explains that a family of 4 can live comfortably for a year with just 5 gold coins. He also hands him a guild card, which can serve as identification. Yuya then asks for directions to the capital, and is advised to take a carriage there. He's finally arrived, and Akatsuki immediately points out the direction to the palace. Yuya gets nervous, but he is casually guided by Owen, who is surprised to see him so soon. He leads him to the audience chamber, which flusters Yuya knowing that he'll be meeting the king immediately. It's an informal audience, so Owen tells him not to worry. Stepping into the room, Yuya is happy to see his friends greeting him. He quickly copies Owen, and the king tells them to raise their heads. He begins to interrogate Yuya about his relationship with Lexia, questioning if he is the scoundrel that seduced his daughter. The king introduces himself as Arnold, and criticizes him for not even bringing a gift for her. Feeling the pressure, Yuya apologizes, and remembering the rare bedding he got earlier from a monster drop, nervously presents it as a gift to Lexia. His actions cause everyone to become flustered and further aggravates the king, who accuses Yuya of seducing Lexia in front of him. Owen quickly intercepts him, explaining that Yuya is foreign and lacks an understanding of their customs. The gift of bedding represents one's wish to marry and share a bed together, and he finally understands how much he screwed up. Just as Arnold prepares to strike Yuya, assassins suddenly appear and surround them. The magic sealing orb is activated, and the attack commences. However, they never anticipated Yuya to be so strong without magic, and he quickly defeats the assailants, earning a body rub from Lexia. Witnessing this certainly doesn't appease the king. While Lexia continues to defend Yuya from him, Owen finds a badge on one of the assassins. It's the crest of the prince. Swiftly understanding that the royal family is likely in danger, Owen requests that Yuya lends his strength to the kingdom.